Welcome to the Design Lab. I'm Bill Lindeman, and I'm a visual merchandiser at Burton & Burton. And I would like to show you today how we all have wreaths in our shops or in our availability, but there's other ways to use them other than just putting them on the door or on a wall. So today we're going to create a centerpiece with this beautiful ready-made lavender wreath. This is one of my favorites here at Burton & Burton. It's a new arrival. One thing I want you to do is take it out of the box, and we need to breathe some life into the piece. Usually they're all squished down, flat. This one we're going to use on a table, so we want to pull all of our pieces up and also make sure that some of them touch the table so that we have a nice, beautiful, fluffy wreath. So you can see the more you pull up the pieces, the little florets up, the more exposure they get, and the better the wreath looks. Ready-made faux botanicals are a good, easy way to speed things up in your business. Let's say you have to do a centerpiece and you don't really have much in hand, so this wreath would come in handy, especially when you pair it up with something else. I'm going to add this wreath to a bird cage and create a centerpiece. First thing you might want to do is put a wire around some of the supports of the side of the bird cage. Just go around these spines with a little bit of wire. This will ensure that you can get your wreath on there without it falling off. So I'll need 3 of these, and I would say go in 3 locations around your bird cage. Just simply go into the cage, bend it back, and come back out again. And I'm a stickler about finished mechanics, so I like to cover my wire with floral tape. So we have 3 spots for binding. Then we're going to take this wreath that we've just fluffed and breathed some life into, and we're going to slide it down over the bird cage. You're going to find your wire and go around the wreath. This way, if you do have to move it out of the area where you're using it, if you have to transport it somewhere, it's not going to fall off. And don't worry about the end of the wires, just curl them up. It looks like something, little vine growing through here. Now that our wreath is attached, I've measured out 2.5 yards of each one of these 3 ribbons, and you want to stack them up. You don't have to be really accurate about stacking them, and then fold them over to find the center of the ribbon. This way you're going to have equal distribution throughout the entire wreath of your ribbon. So we've attached a wire already to our wreath right where we want it to be. So you're going to just put your ribbon in and take the wire across that ribbon, the 3 pieces of ribbon, and twist it in. Now, start to disperse the ribbon throughout the wreath. And all you want to do is pull your ribbons across, find an intersection where you're going to let your flowers be the mechanics, the little wire of the flowers. Bring it in, let it be natural, kind of flowing. It's going to come up over this side, then go down through your foliage towards the table. So you see right here, and then bring it back up again. Find another binding point with 2 floral stems, twist them in there, and always twist twice. Make sure it's not going to come out. When you get to the end, finish it off. This ribbon cuts really well, so I am going to dovetail it. So then we've got 1 ribbon on. We're going to take our 2nd ribbon, which is the important lavender one, and we're going to run it similarly. Bring it down to the table, come back to the same binding point up here, and use those same flowers. You may have to untwist them a little, and you're going to go right back in. Leaving it left, you want it to be, you don't want your ribbon to look scotch taped, like you took tape and ran it over. So give it enough air in there, just like you gave air to the flowers in the wreath. Let the ribbon have the same amount of air. You can also go back and use the same wires that you bound the wreath to the cage with. Now use your third ribbon on this side and just go back to the same areas. And I like to use several ribbons, gives a little bit of interest. So we have two solids and a pattern. The taffeta gives a different texture than the two cottons. And we're back down again in the back here. So you can see as this has created this nice little look. Cut the end, and we'll continue on and do the other side. We're going to add a bow in our focal area right here, and I want a little bit of each one of our ribbons, but not the same amount. So what I'm going to do is stack the two ribbons, the taffeta and the printed cotton, and leave a little tail, and I'm going to twist the ribbon over my thumb and create a loop, just like this. Then I'm going to twist the ribbon away from me, like that, and then back to me. So the loops are roughly about the same. And I've got a few tails. I'm going to tie this bow off. We make a small bow, we're going to cut that off, or set that to the side for a second. We're going to take our other ribbon. Now this one has 1.5 yards. I'm going to dovetail both ends ahead of time. Just like that. And I'm going to create another bow, just like we did our first one. A loop, a twist away, bringing the ribbon back to you. And the reason we twist it is to make sure that the ribbon has more body. This should give me 3 loops. Right there. So now I'm going to take the remaining part of our wire. I'm going to slip this bow in the center of those loops, and I'm going to bind all of it together. Just like that. Pull it together and twist tightly. Take another piece of ribbon, go right through our wreath binding area. Find the center of your bow. You'll see where everything's bound together. Run the ribbon through here, and you're just going to tie this onto the wreath. All right. Fluff your bow. And you are finished with this part of your design. So we're going to take another piece of ribbon. This is 1 yard, and we're going to fold it in half. And we're going to tie it up here on the top. Just 1 knot will do, just to get it there. And we're going to do something similar to the bottom, where we're going to take those same ribbons and we're going to do the same sort of thing. A small bow between your thumb and your finger. You keep twisting the ribbon in the center where your thumb and fingers meet. All right. Same sort of thing. We're going to go back and make another bow with this ribbon. Go through the loop. Tying it tight, twisting. Now, we do have a matching garland to this wreath, and I took 2 pieces off the garland, and I'm going to add them into the bow here. Place that in. We're going to put one on one side under the wire that you just inserted, and one on the other side. Put the longer side where the streamers are. And then we're going to take that little medallion that we're creating, and we're going to use the ribbon that you tied up the top here on and tie it to secure this. Just a simple double knot here. All that will be covered. Now we have a little ribbon accent with some floral accents in the ribbon. And now let's make sure it's all finished. So all of our ends need to be finished and dovetailed. So we have an accent of floral here and your wreath centerpiece on the bottom. We're going to take it one more step here, and we're going to add moss and candles. But we're not just going to stick candles in there, we're going to accent them. So open up your cage. Our sheet moss, we're just going to add some in the bottom here to cover up the metal. You want to get it as flat as you possibly can, because we're going to add our candles on top of that. If you need to add a little extra where there's a little bit of metal showing, you can. It helps sometimes to squirt your moss with a misting bottle so it's easier to use, a little more pliable. But as you can see, that creates a nice little carpet down in there. We need 2 6-inch candles. And we need some dashes. Now the one trick with this is you're going to have to do your candles and then be ready to put the centerpiece with your candles on the table for the entertaining, because once we turn the candle on, it's on. So on the dashes, you put your little glue down, then peel the paper off. And then we're going to use them, we're going to stack one, and we're going to turn the candle on, stack this one on top of the other one, and we're going to lay it down on our table. And we're going to use just a little bit of hot glue here, not a lot, because you don't want to melt. You do not want to melt your candle. Add a little more on the top of that. Tightly, because we're creating a band right in the center of our candle. And then we're going to take our other ribbon and we're going to do the same thing. Make sure we have a nice straight edge. Little glue. Run it around your candle. Come to the end. Add a little more glue. And we're going to attach right here. And it's almost seamless. adjust it a little. We have created a band and a taller candle right there. It's candle number 1. Then we're going to go with an 8-inch candle, and we're going to do the same thing. So on these next ones, we're banding these next candles also. The 8-inch candle, we're putting a band of ribbon around the center of it as well with a little hot glue. This way we're bringing the ribbon from the outer edge of the wreath to the center of the design. We're staying in the center of the 8-inch candle because it will be below the height of the first banding. But that first one gives us a 12-inch candle. This is an 8-inch. All right, so we're on our last piece, our last candle, and we're gonna band it at the bottom. Again, create a nice straight edge. Keep it straight. Little glue. One more ribbon. We're almost there. As I said, you can use this for any impromptu party that you have. Sell it in a shop if you're working in your shop. It's a great way to use your birdcage. It's a great way to use a wreath rather than just putting it on a door or on a wall. Everybody can do that. This gives you a little more opportunity to make more sales. There's your 3 candles banded. When you do your placement of your candles, it might be good to keep all your seams to the center so that it looks finished all the way around. And your centerpiece is finished. The bird cages come in a set of 3 sizes. So this is the largest size. If we drop down into the next size, which is a bit smaller, you can still use another wreath. This is another one of my favorites. I love the lavender, and that would work as well. So that's another option for you. If you were doing a big party, you could use one design with the lavender wreath, or this one with the hydrangea and other flowers here. So there's a lot of things that you can do. Well, thank you for watching. I hope we've inspired you to use products in a different way. And if you enjoyed this video and would like more tutorials like this one, subscribe to our YouTube channel and visit us at burtonandburton.com. And thank you for watching.